welcome back to Walk a Mile in My Shoes. I am your host Keely, and today's special guest is
Nathan from Nasi Buddha.
And Nathan, what would you like? We're going to start off by, every show that I do, I'm going to start off with a motivational message from my guest. So what would you like to say to the audience? What do you want them to get from this?
So from this podcast, I'd like them to get that meditation is accessible to everybody. It's a tool in your arsenal that you could use for day-to-day stresses, suffering with anxiety, depression, or day-to-day life. I think it's something that you could use as a get up and go tool, and it just brings clarity into your life, really.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, that's it.
How long have you been doing meditation for?
So I've meditated now for my son's 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so 5 years.
How did you find it? I know that when I started meditation, I used to get a bit frustrated because I couldn't silence my mind at all. I couldn't silence my thoughts. And then you get frustrated with yourself because you're really trying hard not to think about anything. And the more you're trying, the more the thoughts are coming. You're like, oh, forget it. I'll dance instead.
I think that's the thing. That's the key. You see, a lot of people think they have to try and control the thoughts, which that's not the case. You see, so what you do with meditation, you follow the breath, and what will happen is a thought will come up. Yeah. And instead of giving that thought energy or following down a rabbit hole, you step back from the thought.
Okay.
And how you do that is you'll follow your breath, keep following your breath, shut your eyes, follow your breath, simple breathing.
Yeah.
And then your mind will wander off.
Yeah.
And this happens to everybody. This happens to the most experienced meditators, people that have been meditating for years. And all you do is just gently bring it back. And the more it flows off, bring it back. And it's like a bicep. I say it's like a bicep when you're at the gym.
Okay.
The more you bring it back, it just strengthens your mind. And if you keep doing it over a certain period of time, your mind settles down then. And then you can view your thoughts. So when a thought comes up, because we're all going to have thoughts.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where thought comes from.
Yeah.
It's just what we do is a thought will come up.
Yeah.
And we give it that much energy, which will create then your mood. And then the more and more you tie that mood up, it will probably turn into your personality.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking that we're our thoughts, but we're not our thoughts. Because when you start meditating, you'll recognise that a thought will come up. And then you'll use the breath, and that thought will go. It will just vanish, and then another one will come up. Yeah. So we can't be our thoughts. That's just what we're perceiving is just past memories. Yeah. Or social dynamics. Yeah. You know, all these things, and not us. These are these things that kind of like a computer memory that's held. So if we can step back and just view them rather than getting all mixed up in them. A good analogy is imagine you are sitting on an embankment and the motorway is the traffic. So all your thoughts are on the traffic and you're not in the traffic. You've stepped back and you're observing the traffic. But sometimes you'll get a really strong thought which will draw you back into the traffic. And what you've got to do is follow your breath and sit back on the embankment and it gives you a bit of clarity then.
Yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it. I think what I struggled with the most when I started meditation was the breathing as well. Because they say count your breaths, all the things that I was watching. Yeah. And I understand count your breaths. So I was like, 1, 2. And then I was like, then I'm thinking about the numbers. So I'm always thinking about something. And it's really hard to try and find that balance for you, which is where you comfortably breathing and you comfortably picking out the thoughts and observing the thoughts, because I think if you throw a lot of resistance on it and like I said before, get frustrated with yourself, you're actually making your energy worse and you're fueling the negative thoughts. But definitely I really like that one, observing it from the embankment, because every car is a thought and you get to choose which cars you're going to put fuel in, basically, which ones you're going to throw off the dual carriageway and which ones you're going to allow to come to pass. I really, really like that. What made you want to get into meditation?
So it's always been in the background It's always been in the background. I was thinking, I'm interested in it. But what got me into it was a breakup, believe it or not. So I hit kind of rock bottom. Me and my youngest son's mum broke up,
Okay.
and I thought, right, I can do two things. I can either be a lad, go out and rock and roll and alcohol and try and bury this feeling, this knot in my stomach, and that dread of feelings. And everyone must get that, and that And I was thinking, well, these are just what I'm going through is my thoughts.
Yeah.
So thoughts are really, really powerful. They let off chemicals in our side of our in our brain.
Yeah.
So I thought I need to find out what this knot is in my stomach. How do I get rid of it? So meditation, I've always been curious about it. So I thought, right, I'm going to go to the Buddhist temple.
Yeah.
So I used to go on a Thursday and on a Saturday morning, and for 3 hours, just learn the art of meditation.
That's so good.
And it taught me that I'm not my thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. It's how we react to the thoughts, because thoughts are going to come up. The knot in my stomach, that was memory.
Yeah.
And coming from a spiritual point of view, you can't just pull memory off.
No.
You've got to sit with it and dilute. So it has to dilute. So you have to, believe it or not, sit with that feeling. And we're going to get loads of different feelings. But I'm still Nathan, and they're my feelings.
Yeah.
If not, it'd just be feeling, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So it's Nathan's feelings.
Yeah.
So there's a gap between them. And when you start meditating, for a lot of people that meditate, is you understand that gap. So you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you are you, and this is happening to you.
Yeah.
So you've got some form of control over it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I really like the way that you explain that. I think as well, your thoughts create the way that you feel. And I feel like we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
100%.
And the emotions and the feelings and the thoughts are the human experience. So we can't escape them. We have to accept them. And to accept them, we have to acknowledge them. We have to sit with them. We have to make sure, we have to fact check them. Like, what is this thought? How did it get here? Why am I allowing it to define me? I mean, there's still some things. Life is a constant journey of overcoming different thoughts and feelings and all that kind of stuff. And I think sometimes I get stuck in, like, I call it a well of bad thoughts. So you get one and then it grows and it escalates and escalates, and I have to I'll be lying there, I can feel my frown lines coming, and then I'm like, stop right now. It's not relevant. It doesn't exist. It's nothing. You've created that from your own past experiences. So if you're thinking too much about your past, then if your past has been negative, you're living in a state of depression. And if you're thinking too much about the future that you can never have control over,
100%.
You're living in a state of anxiety.
That's it,
So meditation kind of brings you back to that present moment.
That's it.
And life is all about mastering, living in the present moment, because that's when you're the most free.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about, being free, living a free life, financial freedom, spiritual freedom, emotional freedom. And of course, things are going to happen that are going to make us challenge our own thoughts and our own feelings. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't be human if it didn't happen to us. Learning how to manage it is the best thing.
And it just gives you clarity. I think it gives you clarity from day to day. That you're not living in, all right, life's going to come at us anyway.
100%.
We have to get up, we've got to go to work, we've got to pay bills. We've got all these things that we have to do.
Yeah.
So we're kind of on autopilot, but what we try and do is, we're going to do them anyway.
Yeah.
But what we do is try and sort them out a day before.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't have a point of view.
Yeah.
I'm just saying try not to sort things out too far down the line, because you will do it, but you're worrying about it, and you're messing now.
Yeah, and you're delaying your own process.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And enjoy the now, and try and ground yourself and live in the now, rather than living in the past, as you says, where you'll think, oh well, I didn't do that right, and right, and that right, and then it's depression. Depression can form, or it's living too far in the future, and anxiety will form.
Yeah.
So, and I think meditation gives you the clarity to see that.
Yeah.
You don't just
You see yourself from a different perspective.
100%, yeah.
And that's what you need, especially people like me. I have a major self-image problem, which I talk about all the time. And it's that I feel like people see me differently to how I see myself.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible feeling
Yeah.
because you never really know quite where you stand. And I think meditation gives you that sense of self, like you have got control over your own power then. And you give power to the thoughts that you want to manifest
There you go.
and that kind of stuff, yeah.
And that's, you've just knocked it on the head. The thoughts that you want to, rather than letting your thoughts rule you, you rule your thoughts. Yeah. So, have you ever got up? Where a lot of people get up, and I've got my sons out there. When you get up in the morning, you're a little bit grumpy. You're a little 100%. Bit. Have you noticed? If you're conscious of your thoughts, you get a lot of. I'm the South, and I'm very catchy with my thoughts. I get a lot of negative thoughts in the morning. But that's because my body's telling me, look, go back to bed. I'm tired. So it's sending thoughts up into my mind saying, look, when your body wants to go back to bed, so let's get a load of negative thoughts. You think, oh, you know what, I'll go back to bed. But what you got to do is you've got to, one, view your thoughts. You go, well, I'm not going to follow that down that road. And this is why meditation first thing in the morning is great. There's a lot to it when you do meditation first thing in the morning. It's a lot to do with how your brain works and kind of getting stuff into your subconscious. As we're just getting up, it's more lucrative to meditate, to get these positive thoughts into our subconscious rather than, because if we don't, we're kind of running an autopilot. So getting it at a good time, get that positive thoughts into your subconscious and your day will start brightening up. Like if I meditate, I get up really early. So I can meditate from 5 in the morning till 6 in the morning. And if I meditate for an hour, I'm walking into work on a serious high. I'm in the office and I'm like, everyone's thinking, okay,
what's you taking today? I'm taking some positive thoughts into account.
It's like coffee's all round. But yeah, it's like, so it's just how you want to live your life. You know, you can see it as a pie in the sky thing, or you can hopefully look at someone like me, look at just a normal lad. That's meditating and telling you it works. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's only positive. It may bring up thoughts that you haven't dealt with, that you probably, you know, something will come up, because when you meditate, thoughts do come up, and the more you meditate, the more thoughts that will come up that you probably haven't dealt with.
Because it's a release.
Exactly.
And you have to get them up to get them out.
Exactly.
So don't be scared.
Yeah.
When they come up, they're going out.
That's it,
You've got control over it. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
And that's something that I learned actually, because I used to think, oh God, I'm going into this state of meditation and all these bad things are coming up. It's not working for me. And then I thought, as I learned more, I realised that they were coming up because I was digging for them. Because in order for me to elevate my own energy, I had to get rid of everything that was weighing me down. And a lot of that is bad thoughts or bad memories or things that, again, you've suppressed because you don't know how to or want to deal with certain things. You push them all down, and then when you embark on a spiritual journey, which is what it is really, when you want a better quality of living, you have to deal with everything. You can't just skip steps. You've got to deal with every single thing, like one by one. There's different. I've only recently found out that there's different forms of meditation as well. Writing's one, which I wasn't aware of. Reading's one, which I wasn't aware of. Journaling. So I journal quite a lot. And I was like, I used to be really hard on myself for not being able to meditate, but all day long I can journal. Oh my God, I write stories all day long about myself. Great stories. But then I thought, why am I so drawn to doing it? And then I realised that it's because as I'm writing, I'm losing myself. Even if it's writing music or something, when I'm writing, I'm not thinking, I'm being creative. So it's actually a form of meditation. Then I was stopping so hard on myself. But again, what you were saying about the subconscious, it's true. And your brain goes through different states just before you go to sleep, when you're asleep, when you're waking up. So it's crucial in the morning, because I can't remember if it's theta or beta or whatever it is. It's the one where you can actually directly imprint new thoughts, new beliefs, new affirmations onto your subconscious brain. And your subconscious brain, for anybody who doesn't know, controls like 95%. And between the ages of 0 to 7, when we were 0 to 7, that's when a lot of our subconscious programming was instilled in us by our family or our surroundings, our environment. So when a lot of our beliefs and our thoughts are from basically false. They're false beliefs.
Yeah.
And until we learn how to meditate to erase them and replace them, then we will continue to have negative thoughts that are no longer needed anymore.
That was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. And it says it in the Bible as well. Give me a
Really?
child, and give me a child before 7, and I'll make a man.
Yeah, well, there you go then.
And it says it in there, and,
Yeah.
and that was years and years and years ago, and it's so true.
100%.
If you can get stuff into your subconscious, and I say to some of my friends that suffer with, I wouldn't say depression, but it's as you said, it's something to do with their how they look or how they think they look. And I say to them, look, this isn't egotistical or anything, but sometimes you have to say, sometimes you've got to look in the mirror and say to yourself, right, this is me, I am this. Preferably positively. I am this, and I'm a good person, and keep telling yourself, and believe it or not, it will go in.
Yeah.
You know, I've got some friends, and some of my friends, and they put themselves down. I'm like, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself. You know, we're not all perfect, but try not to put yourself down so much. I'm not saying, you know, walk around on high horse.
But it's the power of the spoken word.
Exactly.
And everything you say to yourself is a spell, and and you're affirming to yourself. So people do. I used to do this all the time. I used to be like, "Oh, I'm such a dickhead," or "Oh, I'm such this," but I didn't even mean what I was saying. But you know, sometimes when you're nervous or you're anxious in a certain situation, you always put yourself down if you're anything like me. But now I don't do it in public. I don't like big myself up in public because I'm well aware that people aren't as receptive to positivity as I am. Although I encourage everyone to do it when I'm, you know, just about to get ready or brush my teeth. I'm like, I am beautiful. I am strong.
Yeah.
Because a couple of hours when I first woke up and I accidentally clicked on the camera and it comes to me and I've got chins and everything, I'm like, oh my God, who is that? So you have to reaffirm it. You have to reaffirm.
Get it in there.
Yeah,
get it
exactly. So you believe it, because when you believe it, you feel it. And when you feel it, it's all about the way that you feel. If you feel like you're a good person, you're a good person. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you what's in your heart.
No.
If you feel like you're £1 million, dollars, whatever, you will embody that energy and you'll carry yourself that way. Do you know what I mean?
And also, that's brilliant. And also, what happens is then, it's like a ripple effect. Someone else would look and go, "Oh, I wonder what he's doing, or I wonder what she's doing," and they seem really upbeat. I wonder what I can do, and then you give them that little drop of positivity, and then they take that on, and then it goes for someone else, and goes for someone else. And these are the things some people will go, "Oh, but I don't know why you're doing all this. Why'd you bother? Why? What else are you gonna do?"
Exactly. Moan about it.
It's gonna be
slag it up.
I don't understand. But positivity, what I've noticed since I've got it out there, being a positive person and trying to, positivity is hard to sell. Negativity now, you can sell it like hotcakes.
Yeah, all you have to do is just start up a conversation about somebody else and everybody will join in.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Negativity, everyone's like, oh, ESP up, or in the general community, you know, the negative sells, but positivity is really hard to, I'm not saying sell, but get it over in not a way which is not pie in the sky or pompous, or this person's not losing his marbles, but you know, lives in a different, different world. It's not. It's an effect where I believe is the more positive you get it back. Now I'm sitting on I think this is brilliant what you're doing. Honestly, God, lovely people. I see, is it Cole? I seen Cole straight away and felt his energy.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't come into contact if I never put that little ripple effect out.
Yeah.
And it just is what it is.
What
I think.
you put out, you get back.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me about Natty Buddha.
So Natty Buddha started so I'll go back to how I started Natty Buddha. I've got another son, an 8-year-old who's really good at football.
Yeah.
So I took him to a football academy, and the coach was like, "Oh, just get a cone, get a ball, run around them cones." And I thought, give him a bit more, ambition. So I thought, I'm going to do it myself. I've always played football, so I put myself through all the FA licenses and stuff like that. Got it all, bought all the stuff. And to be honest, I was procrastinating. I was no tomorrow. I thought, I'm not going to start it. And I went, you know what, I'm just going to start.
Yeah.
So I started it with 3 kids, and one was my own. 3 kids in a park. Settled out all the stuff. Anyway, got it going. Then moved. then moved venue, and from 3 kids, 2 years later, I was getting 30 to 40. Just before lockdown, we got 34 kids on a Saturday morning. Normally, I get 30 to 40.
And these kids are doing meditation?
No, sorry, this is football.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So this was football I set up. Like, I bought all the stuff, got the football going. And it started to go really well. Kids was turning up, and then he's come and see me today, actually. He's actually, Mark, he's a top bloke, and he's putting spotlights in my house.
Oh.
So Mark, who runs Sheldon Royals, which is like an academy.
Yeah.
So the kids, what I do is get them so good, you know, the basics of football. Then I put them into Sunday football, and then that's my job done then. So I was thinking, well, if I can do that for kids, and it's working so well, and all I've done is just put positive energy into it and just kept on doing it repetitively, what could I do for adults?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I've always meditated, and it's worked.
Yes.
If it never worked, I wouldn't be sitting here now.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't be spouting off what I do, like I've done a podcast yesterday. And I wouldn't be able to sit here if it never worked. So I 100% put my life on it. It works. So I thought, right, what can I do? So I thought, if I can give free meditation classes to anybody on that wants to come in, that's suffering from any form of mental health, anxiety, depression, or just wants a tool in their arsenal to help them out from day to day.
Yeah.
How could I do that? So I rent a gym from a good mate, Stu, who's at True Fitness down on the Coventry Road. And we started putting meditation classes on, guided meditation classes on for an hour, and then have a coffee afterwards.
Yeah, that's good.
And to subsidise that, I started a clothing line, which is called Natty Buddha.
Show the jumpers to the camera just
Oh,
in case
yeah.
they can't
So,
see. Have you got your own Instagram page still?
oh, yeah. I've got my there's an Instagram page called Natty Buddha.
Oh, wow.
There's some of the... there's a red one.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so we put a sign on there. If you want honour or... this one's strong. They're both strong, actually. But you've got strong, honour, integrity, all different Chinese symbols. And you can just pick your own.
Yeah.
And through that... for the sales of these, which kind of pays for the classes, so it kind of pays for itself. So it's the concept's there.
Yeah.
It's just getting the concept out and getting the people in, kind of thing. And that's why I'm pushing these podcasts so much.
Cool. So, what's your next steps for Natty Buddha then? What do you want to? Have you got an Instagram page and stuff?
So we've set up an Instagram page, which needs nurturing.
Yeah.
We are setting up Zoom because obviously we can't do the meditation classes, so we're going online to do Zoom. Starting the processes this Saturday. Hopefully get them in the next 2 weeks. Start a Zoom Natty Buddha Sunday morning for an hour guided meditation.
I'll definitely be jumping on there.
Yes, definitely come on.
100%.
And we've also got like a little WhatsApp group that I've set up that anybody who wants to join it can join it. I just put a meditation on in the morning that I do myself. And they can do the meditation and then come back and reflect on the meditation or just have a chat. Yeah. I think the last chat I went into was all about dogs. You know, when people just start talking about their own stuff and I'm like, I'll just leave you to it then. Yeah. Which is great.
yeah. Because at least they're building a community, like you're building
exactly.
a community. Yeah. People are connecting, that's brilliant. So we're going to put your link in the bottom of the page so people will know where to find you. Is there anything else that you want to say to the
I'd just love to say, I would like to get the dogma away from meditation. I know it sounds really wrong, the dogma away, where it's a tool in your arsenal that you can use. It's like it's like a paracetamol. Yeah. You know, it's free. As long as you give it time and put the effort in, it will start working and your life will start feeling better. I promise you that. So just try it out. Just try it out. 10 minutes of the morning. If you can't do 10, do 5. And just give it time. And you'll start seeing clarity in your life and start doing stuff like this. Yeah.
And they can look on your page and get tips and tools and all that kind of stuff.
100%, yeah. Or they can jump on the WhatsApp group and I'll guide them through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Cool.
take a picture with you and get everybody to come over to your page.
Yes, brilliant. That's what we like.
It was so lovely talking to you.
Oh, thank you.
Really nice to meet you.
And you.
We shouldn't be shaking hands because of COVID. We're okay. We've been tested. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome.
That was cool, that was.
I like that.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
it's
good.
cool.
Hello and welcome back to Walk a Mile in My Shoes. I am your host, Keely, being Keely, and my guest today is Big Kai, another fellow motivational speaker.
Yeah, man.
We're going to put you on the spot and tell you to give a motivational speech.
You ready? Yeah. So my name's Big Kai. I'm from Neutrals, which is a hood. I'm also I'm a coach as well for Phoenix United. And what that is just taking kids off the street, because at the moment, obviously knife crime's up at the moment. So what we do is we take kids off the street to give them a better life. What that can include is going into different football teams, because there are some talented footballers out there who are based out under 14s team. So yeah, what we do is take the kids off the street. Because when I was 16, I had football clubs, sports centres, youth clubs. At the moment, there's nothing out there for them. So yeah, what I do is take the kids off the street to save lives.
Brilliant. So what made you get into that then?
What made me get into that is because, like I said, when I was 16 and 15, I weren't I wouldn't say a road man or anything, but I was going to like youth clubs and like sports centres and just playing football, and I love football. At the moment, I got really, because I used to be really good at football. Yeah. But I got injured. My leg went in a football match before, and like it's never been the same. And I'm only 24. It's never been the same. So I thought, you know what, let me bring something back from my community, and let me go into coaching, football coaching.
That's really good. Oh wow. So, do you have many youths that you're working with currently?
Yeah. So we got so Phoenix United. We have an under 9s team to an under 18s team. And the under 19s are semi-professional. So we're playing what you call a floodlit league. At the moment, I'm covering the under 14s because that's where kids get groomed at that age.
Yeah.
As like 14 to 15, that's where kids are getting groomed. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a bunch of kids off the street and then bringing them back into football.
Wow.
Because football means a lot to kids. Like everyone wants to be your Ronaldos, your Messis. So yeah, and that's practically my story. Yeah.
That's really good. So, with the youth, when you say they get groomed, is that by like big football academies looking to like?
Yeah. So there's a good side to groom and there's a bad side to groom. The good side is obviously getting them into other academies and making them know about life life in general. Yeah. And but the bad side of it is trying to not get like criminals to groom them.
Yeah.
Because
keeping them off the street.
Getting them off the
street and keeping them
off the street, and that's definitely. And I'm all for that. I am all for that.
Yeah. Okay. And what did you have that trouble yourself? Did you did somebody try and sway you into that?
Yeah, like you're from Neutrals. Do you know what I mean? You're from Neutrals where like on the road you have got criminals. Yeah. However, I never, because I had my dad. Yeah. He would never let me go to that.
So
Yeah. So I've never ever done like sell drugs, knife crime or anything. I used to just look after myself with my fish. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I've never been that side. But I know a couple of people who have been that side and who have sadly passed away through doing that, through knife crime and everything. Do you understand? And I grew up with some of them. Some of them are pals, but they went on a different. Like I went to that channel, they went to that channel. Yeah. Do you understand? And I definitely 100% go to that channel because that channel is easy. It's easy, like it's around the corner. Yeah. Do you understand? If you go to that channel, it's easy. Like you're around the corner, you can sell a bit of drugs, get a bit of money. But this side, it's obviously it's hard work, dedication. There's dedication to a cause.
Yeah. Exactly, and nothing worth having comes easy. I think that's definitely what I've learned over time anyway, because you can fall into any lifestyle and you can make any lifestyle work. And I was speaking about this actually to you, Dad. Yeah. When you choose a positive way of living, it is harder because most of the people that we know are negative 100%. And they come from a negative background and stuff, and positivity is like complete alien language.
It's
to a
true.
lot of
like
people.
You see, like obviously I do videos on my page on my Kai Rodriguez on Facebook. I do like videos,
Yeah.
and some people are like, "Oh, you're just a fool." Like, but then I'm getting messages from like people like in like Liverpool, Coventry, saying, "Yo, mate, you've just made my day."
There you go.
Do you know
And
what I
they're
mean?
the people that
And
you
they're
do
the
it
people
for.
and that's why I do this stuff. Do you understand?
100%.
And that's what I mean. Positivity takes over. Like, it's easy to be negative.
Yeah.
It's so easy, and it's hard to be positive. But I'm telling you, if you walk down the street, and even like they'll go out to somebody or smile at somebody, they'll walk off thinking, "Oh, what the hell?" But
I
I'm telling
think
you,
you're weird to start with, but they'll smile about it.
They'll be like, "Yo, like, he's a weirdo," but they're still smiling about it. Do you understand? So yeah, man, and that's what I'm all for.
That's funny. I think because I've worked in so many like corporate environments, every time I see someone, even like walking down the street, if I catch someone, I'm like, "Hello, you're right." They're like, "What is this crazy woman doing?" I'm like, "I just ready some love, just ready some love."
That's what I'm saying. That it's positive, man. It's positive vibes. That's what you need, man. I'm telling you.
100%.
That's what you need in this today life. 100%.
I think when you become a positive person, or you're on the positive, I'll say a positive path, yeah, because you can't be positive 24/7. We have our days.
Yeah, definitely.
But when what made you become positive?
Because so I started off by just doing videos on Facebook, and I'm getting like a lot of views on it, like a lot of comments, like a lot of likes, and I was like, yeah, like this is working, and it's just making me even more positive to just do another thing. Like coming on this is just where I'm like, whoa, like the energy's mad. So I just doing like videos and doing podcasts. This is brilliant. It's just keeping me positive. It's keeping me on the straight and out. Like because I also obviously work for Warwickshire Police as well. As a special constable.
Okay.
So that keeps me positive as well, because I love the job, and it's brilliant.
So good. That's good
brilliant.
that you found something that you love as well.
Definitely.
How hard is it to find something that you love these days?
It's true.
Especially in the form of like a job.
Exactly. Like the job's brilliant, and that's it. It like teaches you and everything, and then obviously I got coaching on the side as well, which is absolutely brilliant.
That's good.
But yeah, because I'm from, no one from Nietzsche's can make it.
I know.
Which is not good, because I know half of the people that have got degrees now.
Yeah.
Like we all started from Nietzsche's, and then I started off by doing my GCSEs and then my A levels, and now I've got a degree, and now I'm doing the job that I love. So someone from Nietzsche's can actually make it.
You've just got to believe in yourself.
You just got to keep smiling, keep achieving, and just believe in yourself.
Keep persevering. Absolutely. Have you ever suffered through anything that has made you take more of a positive path?
Yeah. So my nanny had a stroke, and it kind of killed me. So I never said I went low to what you call low as depression, but I did feel bad. Do you know what I mean? Like it went low for me. But that's what I mean. That's when I just got. At one time, I just prayed to God, man. I'm telling you, I just prayed to God. I just prayed and prayed and prayed. And like 3 days later, you're like, oh, this isn't working. And you see like a week later, and you're like,
It's a
hold on,
miracle.
something's going well here. Like, do you know what I mean? And I just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it, and I just kept being positive, kept with the coaching, and also the positive videos I pull out now, because the first lockdown, obviously it was bad, but you was looking forward to something, because it's summer outside, and you can bust the exercise, you get me, because it's not, you don't have to wear like all this and all that. So like covering your mouth when you're doing jogging, because it was warm, and like you did want to exercise. The second lockdown, the government released it a bit to see like your family, which that's what you're looking forward to. Christmas, oh my, Happy New Year, Christmas. This third lockdown is really, really, really bad, because
I think so.
you're not. It's cold outside. It's snowing. It's -3 outside, and you're not really looking. What are you looking forward to? Easter. Like, do you get me?
Actually, it's my birthday in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like, there's nothing to look forward to. So if you bust them positive videos and making someone smile, I've done my day. You
You
make me
give
happy.
your service, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
And when you give service and you empower the people, and you just add that little positivity in their life, because I'm telling you, what you've said about them lockdowns is 100% true. The first one was brilliant. Everybody needed a break. The second one was like, oh, you got back into work, and then the second one, was like, oh God, I need this break again. It's coming up to Christmas, you're in Christmas mode, whatever.
Like,
and then when they announced the third one, everyone's like, no, not at the beginning of the new year,
this is what I mean.
But depending on how you manage your time and stuff and what you do with your days, I work for myself, so I'm involved in obviously lots of different things, including this. And it's so easy for me to not get up out of bed in the day and do anything. But I do. I get up early. I make my little smoothies. I do some exercise. Don't get me wrong, I only did 10 squats yesterday.
Yeah.
10 squats more than I did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so as long as you just keep yourself busy and productive. Have you got any advice for anybody who's in lockdown and struggling mentally?
Yeah, you know, like, just literally, what I suggest is just literally make sure the key is to do your exercise. That's the key, is to just go outside and have a walk. You're allowed to have a walk.
Yeah.
Just have a walk. The fresh air means the fresh air does so much for you. And then do a hobby. So do like arts and craft. Just draw something, and you're like, whoa, that project I've been doing. It looks really good.
Yeah.
And also, literally, just if you need anything, then I'm always available. If you need any more suggestions or anything, I'm always there. So
We'll put your tag on this page so people
definitely
can find you and they can come to you for positivity and uplifting, because you made me feel
yes,
empowered today. You've got good
definitely.
energy. He's got good energy.
Yeah,
Follow him.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I'm not even doing this for likes or followers or anything. I'm doing this just to get my story and my positivity out. And that's what I'm here for, 100%. Walking a mile in my shoes.
Yeah, literally.
Definitely, serious.
Your shoes are a bit bigger than mine.
I know, size 10 out, size 11.
Have you got anything else that you'd like your viewers to
yeah, so just keep smiling, keep achieving. You're doing well. I'm proud of you. Love you all, man. Big cut.
Aww,
And that's it, really. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Everybody needs to know that they're doing well. Everybody needs to know that you didn't only just get this far to come this far.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and mental health is a big, because you can see with mental health, like you can't see it.
No.
Do you understand? Like you can't see depression. Obviously, with someone that hasn't got a leg or it, you can see that. Like you can see, but someone who suffers from depression are usually quiet in themselves. Well, like I said, speak up, stand up to mental health.
Yeah. It was so lovely to meet you. Honestly, I haven't met before. And I love it when you first meet someone and your energy just bounces off straight away.
Definitely.
You can tell it's good energy.
100%.
So. Thank you again.
No worries. Lovely to meet you.
The mask.
I know, it's true.
Oh, Princess did, I'm alright.
Oh, good.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely no worries.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
I'm always chasing in a